What is a digital marketing strategy and do you really need one? My name's Amelia from Karen Digital, and it's my mission to break down digital marketing so it's as easy as possible for new and growing businesses in the health and fitness industry. If you have a certain health or fitness goal, like running a marathon or deadlifting a certain weight, then chances are you have a training plan to help you reach that goal. It's the same for digital marketing. If you have a goal, for example, reaching a certain number of memberships, then you need a plan of action to help you get there. And this is where a digital marketing strategy comes in. It will help to clarify your goals, what forms of digital marketing you might use to reach them, and what steps you need to take and when. And just like a training plan, you'll need to regularly review your performance and track your progress so that you know what's working and what's not. Digital marketing strategies can get quite complex, but they do include a lot of the same elements. And today I'm only going to be highlighting those elements that are essential to getting you started. And don't worry too much about the details because I will be delving deeper into each element in later videos. The first step when building your digital marketing strategy should be having a think about your goals. This is important because it will help to guide the development of the rest of your strategy. Now, you should start by thinking about your overall business goals because these will help to inform your digital marketing goals. So, for example, if you're a gym who wants to increase their overall revenue, then you might need to use digital marketing to increase the number of membership signups that you have. The second step when developing your digital marketing strategy should be to have a think about your target audience. Now, every business will have their own target audience, and these are the set of people who are likely to become your customers. It's really important to understand this because then you'll be able to tailor your strategy and therefore your content to make sure that it's actually going to reach them and resonate with them and hopefully encourage them to take action when it comes to your business. When trying to define your target audience, you should try and go beyond their usual demographics like their age, their location, what their job is, and try and think about who they are as a person. What are their values? What's important to them? What stage of life are they at? Try and dig deeper into their mindset. The third step is starting to think about what platforms or tactics you might like to use. My first piece of advice would be to start small and don't try and master everything at once. Choose one or two platforms that are relevant to your audience and that you perhaps already have an idea how to use before you add something new in. You might also like to think about how your target audience is behaving online. So, what type of content do they like to consume? Where are they shopping online? How do they find information about things that they're interested in? All of these things will be really useful in helping you decide which platforms and tactics you should choose. The fourth step is measurement. Now, this includes metrics and analytics, which is a huge topic in digital marketing, but I don't want you to worry too much about it for the moment. I just want you to start having a think about what information you might need to keep an eye on to know how well your content is performing and if your content is helping you to reach the goals that you had to think about earlier. A really common goal for businesses that are just starting out is to build and grow a community. And one way of doing that is through providing valuable content to your audience. But how do you know if your content is valuable or not? Well, if you're on social media, you can look at things like post saves, shares, the number of comments that you have, the number of people who are liking your post. If, on the other hand, you're using an email strategy to grow your community, then you might want to look at metrics including the number of subscribers that you have on your email list, the open rates, and the click-through rates. Next, we move on to thinking about content, which is also an endless topic that I could go on about for hours. But I firmly believe when you're first starting out, your content shouldn't be focused on making sales, but rather reaching and growing your audience. And the best way of doing this is providing your audience with content of value. Now, this might be educational, motivational, inspiration. It might be providing entertainment, or it could be a mix of all of these. But jot down a few different areas that you think might be important and valuable to your audience and topics that sit under those. And then have a think about what format that content might take. So it could be short or long form videos, images, infographics, whatever you think is the most useful way to convey the value that you're trying to provide. The final step is implementation. So just like with any training plan, you'll have an idea of what days you're going to be working out, if there's any equipment that you need, where you might be working out, and the same goes for a digital marketing strategy. When you're just starting out, it's a great idea to create a schedule of when you'll be creating and posting your content across the different platforms, whether that's a blog post, an Instagram post, or an email newsletter. It's a great way to keep you consistent and staying on track. It's also important to be realistic. Plan your schedule around what will work for you and what you can do consistently. If you can't post 5 days a week, then don't bother putting it in your schedule. Maybe just aim for twice a week. And also think about what days and times of the week might make the most sense to share content with your audience. So, for example, a lot of people are out and about on a Saturday night, so it might not be an ideal time to send out an email. Whereas during the week, a lot of people are commuting to work in the mornings on public transport, so it might be a great time to catch them on their phones. Digital marketing strategies can get really complicated if you let them, but they don't have to be. Just focus on the essential elements that I went through today and make a realistic plan for you and your business. Make sure you keep following along because, as I said at the beginning, I will be delving deeper into each of the elements I went through today and breaking them down further. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, or my DMs are always open.